Today our lesson is bacteria. In the chapter bacteria, the lesson is, the topic is mode of nutrition in bacteria. Lesson number 23, second year intermediate, botany. Good morning students. Today in this lecture we would like to discuss about the subtopic of chapter bacteria. The subtopic of chapter bacteria, that is nutrition in bacteria. What is the mode of nutrition followed by bacteria to take energy for their metabolic activities and for their living conditions, maintain living conditions. So today's our topic is nutrition in bacteria. So you all please put the subheading nutrition in bacteria. Nutrition in bacteria. You know students, nutrition means availability of nutrients or synthesizing nutrients or preparing nutrients, through which way or through which mode the living organisms are going to gather the required nutrients for their metabolic activities. That way through which they are getting nutrients is called, the process is called, collection of nutrients or synthesizing nutrients are called nutrition. You please remember. So this nutrition is a way through which they are getting nutrients. Whatever the living organism depends on the nutrients for their survival. So here also the bacteria, which is come under prokaryota, microscopic organisms, are also depends on the energy for their metabolic activities, for their metabolic machinery, for its own living conditions what they needed to maintain. Now got the point students? So today we would like to discuss about our topic, a small topic in the chapter bacteria, that is nutrition in bacteria. So what are the modes of nutrition they follow is today we are going to discuss. The main determinants of bacterial nutritional type are its sources of carbon and energy. The main important point, you please keep in mind and note down in your running notes. In the bacteria, the mode of nutrition is not common or commonly followed by all bacteria. Some are they are following one way or some are they are following another nutritional way. Like that they have their own individual nutritional ways are there or modes are there. Whatever it may be, the main determinants, the main nutritional determinants what generally we see here, the main nutritional determinants of a bacterial nutritional type are its sources of carbon and energy. Now you better to write that point based on which we are going to categorize the bacteria into some categories based on their modes of nutrition what followed by individual bacteria or group of bacteria what they are going to follow with their respective channels or modes of nutrition. Now got the point? So in that the first one we have to write, that is the main determinants. Note down students. The main determinants of a bacterial cell, of a bacterial nutritional type, bacterial nutritional type or its source, its sources of energy and carbon. Whatever the main determinants we seen, different bacteria, through which mode they are obtaining nutrients. So by keen observation, the scientists announced the mode of nutrition in the bacteria followed by bacteria as main determinants of bacterial nutritional type or its sources of energy. Whatever the energy they obtain, that energy and sources of carbon are the main criteria. It is the main criteria for categorize all bacteria classified based on their nutritional groups, classified into four nutritional groups, four major nutritional groups. See here students, four major nutritional groups. You please note down. This is very, very important point. Understand? For categorize all bacteria are classified bacteria and classified them into four major nutritional groups. How many major nutritional groups we seen in the bacteria? All bacteria classified or categorized based on their nutritional types. We categorize them into four major nutritional groups. You please remember, four major nutritional groups. What they are? Have a look into the four different types of nutritional groups. What they are? The first one is, note down students, photoautotrophs. Here each and every type of or each and every category of bacteria based on their nutritional mode what they follow, the definition is very important, and as well as the exemplary bacteria what come under the category of all those four different modes of nutritional categories what categorized by the scientists also very important. So for all the things we do well, our attention is very important. So that's why you please pay very much sincere attention on the topic about knowing and remember all the definitions and examples and sources of energy and the carbon from which materials they are obtaining to their survival. So the first one is photoautotrophs. The second one it is chemoautotrophs. The third category of bacteria based on its nutritional habit mode, that is photoheterotrophs. What it is students? Photoheterotrophs. The fourth group it is chemoheterotrophs. All these four are the basic or major nutritional groups in bacteria. All these four major nutritional groups in bacteria. In bacteria we seen all these are the four nutritional groups. What they are once you all recall it. The first one is photoautotrophs. You please remember photoautotrophs. The second one is chemoautotrophs. Second one is chemoautotrophs. Remember. The third one is photoheterotrophs. We focus our concentration on heterotrophs. Okay. In the same way, chemoheterotrophs. So all those four are the major nutritional groups which we seen in the whole bacteria present in the environment. Now got the point? So whatever the bacteria, if you want to check their mode of nutrition, that organisms come under either this one or this one or this one or this one. Come under any one of these nutritional groups only. Whether they may be come under photoautotrophic organisms or bacteria, or chemoautotrophic bacteria, or either photoheterotrophic bacteria, or either come under, or they are come under chemoheterotrophic bacteria. Okay. Now we better to discuss about these different and four major nutritional groups in bacteria. In that the first one what it is. Now you please put the subheading to discuss about the first major nutritional group in bacteria, that is photoautotrophs. Photoautotrophs. These are also called as photoautotrophic bacteria. Photoautotrophic bacteria. What is photoautotrophic bacteria? Listen. Photoautotrophic bacteria is a bacteria which perform photosynthesis by trapping light from the sunlight. By trapping light from the sunlight, the sources which they are needed for maintaining nutrients in its body, the energy and carbon. These two are the main constituents required nutrients for the metabolic functions in bacteria. So here the energy is trapped by sunlight. The light energy which is trapped by the bacteria from sunlight. Now got the point? So these photoautotrophic bacteria are the bacteria which perform photosynthesis by getting nutrients from the sources of energy is from sunlight, and the carbon is from atmospheric carbon dioxide. Atmospheric carbon. Slowly you please inject the content into your minds. You should not forget, you should not get any confusion, and practice more and more time about each and every category of bacteria which is going to differentiate based on their nutritional type. See here, photoautotrophs means write down. Photoautotrophs are a category of bacteria a category of bacteria which perform the process of photosynthesis. Photosynthesis by by getting energy from is from sunlight, is getting energy from sunlight, and a carbon source, and a carbon is from the source of carbon is from the atmospheric carbon dioxide. Note down, students, from the atmospheric carbon dioxide or CO2. Atmospheric carbon dioxide or CO2. So, like that, these are the group of bacteria which derives energy and carbon from sunlight and atmospheric carbon dioxide respectively. Now, got the point, students? So, the light energy, the energy is from sunlight, and the carbon is from the sources of carbon is abundant amount is there in the nature, that is atmospheric carbon dioxide. So, the sources like sunlight, yes, the source like sun which provides energy. What it is? This is the energy called light energy. Light energy trapped by photoautotrophic bacteria. Trapped by photoautotrophic bacteria, students. Photoautotrophic bacteria. Understand? Okay. Trapped by photoautotrophic bacteria, and in the atmosphere, in the air, we see mixture of gases. In the air, we see mixture of gases. What we see? Mixture of gases. In the atmosphere, we see in that mixture of gases, the required gas for the process of photosynthesis is for getting an important material which is required to conduct photosynthesis, that is carbon dioxide, that is available in the form of atmospheric source like CO2. What it is? CO2 or carbon dioxide. From the carbon dioxide, how do plants absorbs CO2? In the same way, these bacteria take that source of carbon, and this carbon and plus this energy utilized by this bacteria produce energy in the form of energy generally produced in the form of ATP, adenosine triphosphate. Now got the point? So this is the information is completely related to the bacteria called, a category of bacteria called photosynthetic photoautotrophic bacteria or photoautotrophs. Some exemplary bacteria which come under photoautotrophs are, some exemplary bacteria which come under photoautotrophs are Chromatium. What it is, students? Chromatium and Chlorobium. Chromatium and Chlorobium. These two are the very good exemplary bacteria which come under photoautotrophic bacteria, which trap light and absorbs carbon from the atmospheric carbon dioxide to synthesize their or prepare their food, as it is releasing energy in the form of ATP what required to continue their metabolic functions. So this is the information about photoautotrophs or photoautotrophic bacteria. Understood, students? Now we better to discuss about another category of bacteria which is calling as second major group of bacteria based on their nutritional type, that is chemoautotrophs. Tell me what they are? Chemoautotrophs. Chemoautotrophs. Now got the point? These chemoautotrophic bacteria is a bacteria which is going to have an unusual nutritional adaptation. An unusual nutritional adaptation which is getting sources or nutrients, okay, obtained from neither sunlight nor organic constituents. Now got the point? Organic constituents or organic nutrients. Now got the point? These are the chemoautotrophic bacteria is having unusual nutritional adaptation which requires neither sunlight nor organic nutrients. Then what they requires? These are the chemoautotrophic bacteria having unusual nutritional adaptation which requires neither sunlight nor organic nutrients. Then what the sources required to get energy and carbon? Here they just derived energy from the oxidation of inorganic substances. So whatever the organic substances they are present in their surroundings on which they are growing, okay, from that inorganic substances which they are present in their habitat, from them they are going to oxidize them. They oxidize them and collect energy, derive energy from the oxidation of inorganic substances. They requires neither sunlight nor organic nutrients. They only derived energy from the oxidation of inorganic substances and they are only getting the carbon from the source of carbon dioxide which is present in the atmosphere, as atmosphere carbon dioxide present here. So these chemoautotrophic bacteria examples are, some other bacteria many times we are observing, okay, for nitrification, all those purposes. They are Nitrosomonas, the bacteria Nitrosomonas, the bacteria Nitrobacter and Beggiota. Already we discussed a long chain forms of bacteria what we seen, that is Beggiota is also come under chemoautotrophic bacteria. And methanogens, right, methanogenic bacteria is the bacteria which natural inhabitant in the digestive tract of ruminants. Ruminants are animals which has a chamber of rumen as one of the chambers of its digestive tract. or digestive system. So ruminants, in the naturally they are inhabitant in the ruminant chamber of the digestive system of cattle like buffaloes, cows, etc. Ruminants. So all these are the bacteria come under chemoautotrophic bacteria. Understood? I think now you have an idea about the difference between photoautotrophic bacteria and chemoautotrophic bacteria. Here in the photoautotrophic bacteria, they are getting energy is from sunlight and carbon is from the source of carbon dioxide, where the light energy they trapped from, see here, they trapped by photoautotrophic bacteria from sunlight, and carbon dioxide is the chief source for giving carbon. So here chemoautotrophs are the bacteria, write down, bacteria which have an unusual nutritional adaptation, that requires neither sunlight nor organic nutrients. You please remember, okay, they are not getting anything from the sunlight and organic nutrients, but they derive energy from. So these are the bacteria. So these bacteria derive energy from oxidation of inorganic substances. Now got the point? So these are the inorganic substances. When they oxidize it to release energy, that energy only they are obtained by these chemoautotrophic bacteria. And carbon is from carbon is obtained from as it is. How photoautotrophic bacteria getting atmospheric CO2, from atmospheric CO2. Now got the point? Carbon is they are obtaining from atmospheric CO2. Now got the point? So carbon is obtained from atmospheric CO2. So like that they are going to get energy for their survival. The best exemplary organisms which come under chemoautotrophic bacteria is, see here, you better to draw a line to separate the photoautotrophic bacteria from chemoautotrophic bacteria. You better to separate these two. You better to separate these two, chemoautotrophic bacteria from photoautotrophic bacteria. Okay students? Here you better to write the examples of chemoautotrophic bacteria. Here you better to write examples of chemoautotrophic bacteria. The chemoautotrophic bacteria are What they are? You know very well. You heard many times. Nitrosomonas, the bacteria that is Nitrosomonas bacteria, and Nitrobacter, and you know right, Beggiota, the bacteria like Beggiota, and bacteria like methanogens, bacteria like methanogens. Methanogens are the bacteria where they are inhabitant in the digestive system of ruminants, and they are very much important bacteria for the production of methane. Methane gas is the chief gas in the biogas. Already we discussed in the chapter microbes in human welfare. You please recall. So that particular methanogens are also come under Nitrosomonas, Nitrobacter, Beggiota, methanogens or methanogenic bacteria come under chemoautotrophs. Now got the point? So we have discussed about photoautotrophic bacteria and chemoautotrophic bacteria. Next we are going to discuss about the two remaining major nutritional groups in bacteria like photoheterotrophic bacteria and chemoheterotrophic bacteria. Okay students? Now we will go to discuss about the remaining two major nutritional groups in bacteria. Okay, what is the next one? After the chemoautotrophic bacteria, we have the third type of bacteria. What it is? Okay, photoheterotrophic bacteria or photoheterotrophs. What is the bacteria it is, students? This is a photoheterotrophic bacteria or photoheterotrophs. Now got the point? Let us know something about photoheterotrophs, what it is. So whatever the type of bacteria, it may be based on their nutritional type only. What type, how do getting nutrients from the sources, what actually they are. Based on that only we categorized this bacteria into four major nutritional groups. In that now we are discussing about the third group of bacteria which is called as photoheterotrophic bacteria. Yeah, this is the bacteria which is we are calling photoheterotrophic bacteria which derive energy from light, but it is not derive carbon from carbon dioxide. They are obtaining the carbon dioxide from organic sources. Understood students? Organic sources which they have in their particular habitat. What are the organic sources they have? Okay, from that organic sources they derive carbon, but the energy is derived from sunlight. Such kinds of bacteria we are calling what, Nana? Photoheterotrophic bacteria. The best exemplary bacteria which come under photoheterotrophs are, okay, Pseudomonas, you know right, Rhodospirillum and Rhodopseudomonas. Sorry, see here, Rhodospirillum and Rhodopseudomonas bacteria. You please remember, Rhodospirillum and Rhodopseudomonas bacteria, the bacteria which come under photoheterotrophic bacteria. Photoheterotrophic bacteria is a bacteria which is going to derive energy from the sunlight, but it is not getting carbon from the carbon dioxide. The carbon is obtained or derived from the organic sources only. Understood students? The required sources are two for releasing energy, for getting energy, okay, which is basically need to perform the metabolic functions in the bacteria. So here photoheterotrophic bacteria are bacteria, note down, which derive energy is from sunlight, but Carbon is not from atmospheric carbon dioxide. Okay, they will not take carbon from the carbon dioxide. Who? Photoheterotrophic bacteria. This carbon they are derived from, carbon is from organic sources which they have in their habitat. From that organic sources they are obtaining carbon. Understood, students? Okay, light is as it is, they are obtaining from the sunlight, but the carbon is obtained from, not obtained from atmospheric CO2, it obtained from organic sources. This is called photoheterotrophs, students. So photoheterotrophic bacteria, examples are, you please note down here what it is. Rhodospirillum. The bacteria is called Rhodospirillum. Rhodospirillum and Rhodopseudomonas. The bacteria Rhodopseudomonas. Many times you have to revise the terminology of, bacteria and the names of bacteria, what exemplary bacteria we have taken for each category of nutritional groups. Understood, students? Here this is the bacteria, what it is, Rhodospirillum and Rhodopseudomonas. These two are the very good exemplary bacteria which come under the category of nutritional groups of bacteria like photoheterotrophic bacteria, students. You please remember, you please recall for each and every category of nutritional groups of bacteria and their examples, and the content and definitions also very important, students. Simply in the NEET exam, just simply they are going to give a definition, complete definition as question. Okay, based on the definition, what you understand, whether it is the definition is suitable for the photoautotrophic bacteria or chemoautotrophic bacteria or photoheterotrophic bacteria and chemoheterotrophic bacteria. So definition, clarity and specification is also very important, and examples for each category of these nutritional groups of bacteria is also very important. It only we obtained, we have right clarity on each and everything by practicing more and more, students. You please remember, Nana. Okay, here photoheterotrophic bacteria is a bacteria which derive energy from the sunlight and carbon is from organic sources. Examples of Rhodospirillum and Rhodopseudomonas. And the next category of bacteria called, what it is, next category of bacteria, that is chemoheterotrophs. What it is? Chemoheterotrophs. Chemoheterotrophs or chemoheterotrophic bacteria. Now got the point? Chemoheterotrophs or chemoheterotrophic bacteria. Okay, here what it is? Here chemoheterotrophic bacteria are the bacteria, okay, which derive both energy and carbon, which derive both energy and carbon from a common sources like organic nutrients. Understood, students? From the organic substances which they are going to release nutrients. Understood? So that organic substances which they are going to be processed by the processes of respiration or fermentation. Respiration or fermentation. Fermentation is a type of respiration, you know, right? Understood? So whatever the organic sources or organic substances they have, that organic substances are getting processed by the bacteria through the processes like either fermentation or respiration. Okay, through these two processes, that organic substances get catalyzed to release energy, chemical energy in the form of ATP. In the form of ATP, that energy is going to be released from chemoheterotrophic bacteria. Understood? This the required material is for get the nutrients, that is organic nutrients. That organic nutrients are obtained from organic substances which processed through the methods of respiration or fermentation. Through the methods of respiration and fermentation, the organic substances processed and releasing energy, chemical energy in the form of ATP. That ATP is the energy what they are going to be utilized. Understood, students? So whatever it may be, to do the energy releasing in the form of ATP in the chemoheterotrophic bacteria, they require organic nutrients based on how these chemoheterotrophic bacteria obtain their organic nutrients. Understood, Nana? Based on these chemoheterotrophic bacteria, how they obtain their organic nutrients. We categorized these, or scientists categorized these chemoheterotrophic bacteria into two categories, like saprophytes and parasites. I think you have an idea about the saprophytes, what it is, parasites, what it is. They are also a special modes of nutrition, what actually shown by the organisms like bacteria and some other categories of organisms. Okay, saprophytes, saprophytic bacteria we generally seen. A word saprophytic is the word which we seen specially for fungal members. How do fungi, or how do that fungal members or fungi feeding primarily on detritus, decaying dead matter of animals and plants. On the dead and decaying matter only some special organisms are going to be survive or follow the nutrition. That is, we are calling saprophytic nutrition. Those organisms are called saprophytes. So here also the chemoheterotrophic bacteria categorized into saprophytes and parasites. Saprophytes are nothing but that organisms like bacteria which is feeding primarily on detritus of dead and decaying matter of plants and animals. Now got the point? So from the detritus, dead and decaying matter of plants and animals, they are feeding. They are getting what they are getting? Organic nutrients they are getting. Understood? Organic nutrients they are getting. Understood? That organic nutrients further processed to release chemical energy in the form of ATP, adenosine triphosphate. Now got the point? Now got the point? So next category, what we categorized in the chemoheterotrophic bacteria are parasites. You know parasitism. What is parasitism? Always, okay, in one side only they are getting benefited. The remaining side or the organism which is calling as a host cell slowly defeated, destroyed. Okay. So that particular relationship what we seen in between two organisms are called parasitism. Only one organism get benefited, only one organism showing symbol plus getting benefited. The remaining is okay, the remaining organism is going to be defeats its immunity or defeats its metabolic machinery. So negative we are getting. So plus and minus we are getting in this relationship like parasitism, right students? So the parasitic bacteria is also come under chemoheterotrophic bacteria. These parasitic bacteria always getting their organic nutrients from the host cell or host tissue. From the host cell or host tissue, they are always withdrawals nutrient, organic nutrients from which they are getting energy in the form of chemical energy in the form of ATP. Now got the point? So for the saprophytic bacteria, best example is Bacillus species. You please remember. Chemoheterotrophic bacteria are of two types. One is saprophytes and another one is parasites. For saprophytic bacteria, we have a very good exemplary bacteria, that is Bacillus species, means cylindrical or rod-shaped bacteria, what already we have discussed. So most of the Bacillus species are chemoheterotrophic saprophytic bacteria, and the remaining category, that is chemoheterotrophic parasitic bacteria, that is, you know, so many parasitic bacteria, what they are going to cause so many diseases, familiar diseases in the plants and animals and human beings. So many bacteria are going to cause some diseases, you know, right, in the plants and animals. For example, in the plants, so many bacteria we have discussed already, I think, right? In the plant breeding topic, some bacteria like what it is? Okay, Xanthomonas citri, Xanthomonas campestris, Xanthomonas oxanopodis, Understood? Like so many bacteria we discussed which they are going to cause diseases. Understood, students? Right, ba? So in the same way, some bacterial diseases we see in human beings, like what it is, Mycobacterium tuberculosis, Salmonella typhimurium, you know, right? Salmonella typhimurium, Mycobacterium tuberculosis, like Corynebacterium diphtheriae, like so many bacteria are going to cause so many diseases in the human beings also. Understood? So all these are the bacteria which are going to obtain organic nutrients from the process of parasitism, through the relationship that is parasitism, which they are obtaining organic nutrients from the host cells or host tissues by defeating the host cell, and its immune system and its metabolic machinery is going to be defeated by steal all the nutrients, organic nutrients from the host cell by parasites. Those parasitic bacteria are also come under chemoheterotrophic bacteria, students. So especially here these two categories of chemoheterotrophic bacteria like saprophytes and parasites are very much familiar in the biomedical purposes. Biomedical purposes are medicatory purposes. We are concerning with these two categories of bacteria. Understood, students? And one more point is these bacteria like chemoheterotrophic saprophytes. Chemoheterotrophic saprophytes like bacteria are very much important for decompose the materials or decay the materials, whatever the required unwanted dead matter is going to be decomposed easily by the process of saprophytic bacteria, by the process of decomposition what they done. Now you got the point. And how the chemoautotrophic bacteria, how they are going to be, okay, very much useful for the process of recycling inorganic nutrients. Recycling inorganic nutrients by chemoautotrophic bacteria. But here they are also very much clean the environment by do the process of saprophytic mode of nutrition. So now have a look into these particular chemoheterotrophic bacteria like saprophytes, saprophytic bacteria and parasitic bacteria. For best exemplary organisms for saprophytic bacteria is Bacillus species. What about the best exemplary bacteria for parasites? You know, Corynebacterium diphtheriae, Salmonella typhimurium, and you know, Xanthomonas citri, Xanthomonas campestris, like so many bacteria. And one more important point is a very special bacteria like Delovibrio bacteriovarus. Delovibrio bacteriovarus is a bacteria which lives on some harmful bacteria which generally commonly we seen in contaminated water, especially in our country India. The contaminated water mostly we seen in the Ganga river. Okay, Ganga river is the biggest river in the India and the biggest river in the one of the biggest rivers in the world, you know. So that Ganga river is floating more amount of water. In that water we seen more harmful and contaminated bacteria we seen. That contaminated or harmful dreadful bacteria is controlled by or killed by purity of microbial activity done by a very much important useful bacteria called Delovibrio bacteriovarus is a bacteria which kills and reduce the contamination of harmful bacteria in the Ganga river. In the Ganga river, that's why purity of Ganga river or Ganges water or Ganga's water done by a special useful bacteria which clean the contamination in the Ganga river. Okay, by killing the harmful bacteria present and increase the contamination and pollution in the water is going to be reduced by stopped their contamination and their number by a special useful bacteria called Delovibrio bacteriovarus. Now so many areas they are using this Delovibrio bacteriovarus introducing into the water which is completely contaminated by the harmful heterotrophic bacteria or dreadful heterotrophic bacteria in the natural water bodies like rivers. Understood? Especially in the Ganga's purity or purification done by the Ganga water purified by microbial purity done by this Delovibrio bacteriovarus. It is also taking nutrition from the other bacteria. It is a bacteria, but it obtains nutrients from the other bacteria. So dreadful bacteria which is present in the water. So like that, this is a special bacteria which obtain nutrients from the same category of organisms like bacteria. That's why we are using the term bacteriovirus. Virus means feeding. Virus means what it is? Feeding. You know, I think, right? Herbivorous, carnivorous, omnivorous. In all the different terms what we are using? Virus, virus, virus. Virus or phagus. Virus or phagus. Both are giving same meaning. Means feeding. So here the bacterium which is very useful to stop the microbial activity in the Ganga river, that is Delovibrio bacteriovirus, because it feeding on bacteria. That's a bacteriovirus, the term we are using. So now let us know, let to write all the content what is needed for chemoheterotrophs. So chemoheterotrophs are bacteria, note down students, are bacteria which obtain both energy and carbon is from organic substances. Now you got the point? These organic substances produces organic nutrients. Organic nutrients by the process of respiration and fermentation. So by the process of respiration or fermentation, yes, from these two processes, that organic nutrients are going to be converted into chemical energy. Releases in the form of ATP, adenosine triphosphate, ATP. Now got the point, students? So here for chemoheterotrophic bacteria required materials are note down. Required materials for withdrawal energy and carbon is required materials are organic nutrients. What they are? Organic nutrients. So based on the obtain these organic nutrients, how do they obtain? By this chemoheterotrophic bacteria, we classified this chemoheterotrophic bacteria into two categories. Understood? So to obtain based on how these bacteria obtain their organic nutrients. These chemoheterotrophic bacteria, these chemoheterotrophic bacteria categorized into two categories. They are saprophytes and second one is parasites. Note down, students. Parasites, saprophytes and parasites. I think you know very well. Saprophytes are the bacteria which primarily feed on detritus, the matter which is ready to decompose. Detritus matter of dead and decay of plants and animals. Dead and decaying parts of plants and animals. So from them only they withdraws organic nutrients. From which they are getting chemical energy in the form of ATP. Now got the point, from which they are getting chemical energy in the form of ATP. So best exemplary organisms for this saprophytic bacteria are Bacillus species. You please remember examples of saprophytic bacteria is Bacillus species. You please note down Bacillus species. In the next category, that is parasitic bacteria. You know here, parasitic bacteria. Parasitic bacteria means parasitic bacteria are the bacteria which obtain, better to write here, which obtain organic nutrients for releasing energy in the form of ATP. Organic nutrients from cells and tissues of host organism. Note down, students, host organism. So from that organic nutrients they are releasing chemical energy in the form of ATP for its survival. The best exemplary organisms which come under parasitic bacteria, what they are already I have listed already. You better to write here. Okay, examples of, you better to write here. Here not sufficient space, so you try to, I am writing here, you please write down under these examples under the parasitic bacteria. Which come under chemoheterotrophic bacteria. So finally we are calling chemoheterotrophic parasitic bacteria. Examples of chemoheterotrophic parasitic bacteria. So many are there. Bacteria are what they are? Tell me what they are. So many are there. Salmonella, typhimurium, Salmonella and Mycobacterium, Mycobacterium tuberculosis, Mycobacterium, and you know right, Corynebacterium, Corynebacterium, like that so many are there. Corynebacterium, so many are there. Neisseria gonorrhea. This is gonorrhea caused by that bacteria, Neisseria gonorrhea. So like the different bacteria, we have collected as examples of chemoheterotrophic parasitic bacteria. And here one more important point we have discussed already, that is the purification of Ganga water in the Ganga river by a very important useful bacteria, Dello-vibrio bacteriovirus. By we should learn about the Dello-vibrio bacteriovirus. Here also we discussed about mode of nutrition shown by a special bacteria like Dello-vibrio bacteriovirus. It is a special bacteria which feed on other bacteria. It is a special bacteria which feed on other bacteria. Then it is useful in the context of humans. It is very useful bacteria because it reduces the contamination of water which created by the harmful and dreadful bacteria like heterotrophic bacteria, which increases pollution in the water. That its number, that harmful bacteria and their number in the water reduced by killing them with the bacteria, useful bacteria, Dello-vibrio bacteriovirus. So it follows a mode of nutrition that is feeding on the same category of bacteria like, but not same type of bacteria. It is a heterotrophic bacteria, dreadful bacteria and harmful bacteria which is there in the water. So you better to discuss about the bacteria, that is Dello-vibrio. Be silent here. You please observe, students. Whenever you want to write, you must use the letter B first. Okay, but pronounce not Budello. It is Dello-vibrio. Be silent. Dello-vibrio bacteriovirus. It is the full name of this bacteria. Dello-vibrio bacteriovirus. Dello-vibrio bacteriovirus is a useful bacteria which feed on other harmful or dreadful bacteria in Ganga water. Ganga water means in the Ganga river. Ganga water. So the purification of Ganga water, done by microbial purity, because by using microorganisms we get purification in the Ganga water. That's what is called microbial purity in Ganga's water. By this bacterium Dello-vibrio bacteriovirus. You please remember Dello-vibrio bacteriovirus, which kills other dreadful bacteria and purify the Ganga water. You please remember the purification of Ganga water by using a useful bacteria, that is Dello-vibrio bacteriovirus. What we introducing into the water, automatically they increase their number by feeding the other dreadful bacteria which causes contamination or pollution in the Ganga water. So like that, the Ganga water is going to be purified by using a useful bacteria like Dello-vibrio bacteriovirus. So it follows a mode of nutrition like collecting energy from other bacteria which is living in the water. So finally it reduces pollution, it reduces toxicity in the water, river Ganga. Understood? So like that, finally we completed the mode of nutrition what actually shown by bacteria, okay, based on that nutrients what they are obtaining from the sources which they are present in their environment or in their habitat. Understood? Finally we concluded that particular information what we gathered gathered about the mode of nutrition in the bacteria. Understood, students? Thank you very much. In the next lecture, we are discussing about mode of reproduction or reproduction, which is a very much important and basic activity to proliferate their number, to increase their number of the organism. Every organism is trying to increase their number and give life and give birth to their young ones. Here means birth or whatever the progeny, here not that much terms we are using here in the bacteria, but here every bacteria divided completely into two individual bacteria. It is continuously increase their number. Countless number of bacteria they are producing through the method. It is called reproduction. So what kinds of modes they are following to increase their generations, everything we are discussing in the next lecture. Thank you, students.